nobody knew. So I never get confused. Hotel get a bird's eye view. Hotel get a waiting room. Read a magazine while you wait for me. Baby, I'll be done so soon. Phone gotta be off, each store got locks, I got some trusted shoes. 10K on the countertop, don't look so shocked, it's nothing new. Death comes in threes. Wins come in twos. Cash comes in ones. Throw it up, celebrate some news. I do a good job. Pull up and pop out and pull out. Hat on and hood on. Pedal to metal. When I put my foot on, I got to put on. I got a bad one. They want to keep me. Oh, that's a good one. Pockets are dense. I think my bread is hard as a crouton. Receipts in my pocket don't come with a coupon. Okay. 30,000 in the pocket. No change. Okay. I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay. All my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay. So when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age.
Coach, we find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Oakland Raiders and the Denver Broncos. The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. And the mile-high air in full effect as that's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Set, ready? 60 outlaw. He's tired of me. He's tired of us. Five.
First carry for Nick Chubb. And he'll hope that this is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
Second and 10 at the 25-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10. A run for Nick Chubb. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. Three and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12.
Hey, Zoo.
Mike's 59. Mike's 59. I'm coming.
Throwing his lock on 3rd down. Incomplete. Both players were there offensively and defensively, but it falls incomplete.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Gonna
give this time to the tailback. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there. Second down.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Here we go. Set. 30 days. Let's go. We see it. Oh. Let's go, baby.
Check 26, check 26.
He's crashing. He's checking crash.
Bang, 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 bang.
There you go.
On third down, Love nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller doing what he does best with a sack.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? But it definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory. Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Check the backer, check the backer.
61, matchbox lights. Get it.
Chubb. And this will be a gain of right around 3 from the 7 out to the 10-yard line.
Absolutely.
We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Kill, 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 kill.
Ready, ready.
On third down, it's Nick Chubb. And a nice stiff arm. It opens room to run. He's at the 50, the 40. A big play that time out of Chubb. And even 70 yards on the pickup. Yardage-wise, he's in the top handful of backs in the league so far this season. A great run there.
He's going to love that standing when it comes to contract time. But even more so, his team loves it because he gives them an identity and sets a tone.
They'll run for the first time with Phillip Lindsay. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain followed by a sizable loss here.
Ready, ready. 10 Lobo.
Target, 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 target.
Hit it.
Here's a give to Lindsay running right. Open space inside the 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Phillip Lindsay, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This will be taken about the 12. He's going to be stopped here with a penalty marker on the field. Not sure what this is about.
Here we go.
And now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now they try the right side here. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Solid gain of 18 and a Raider first down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
66. Bullet ride. 55 to 2, fellas. Let's go. Lock it. Hard. Strip that ball. And go.
Operating from the gun. Love. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland first down.
Some think the teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. On 1st and 10, Love, and they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. This drive starts with 2 steps forward and now 1 back. A pair of first downs, and here a loss of yardage. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
Check 3.
2nd and 15. And this is caught at the 8. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a first down.
At the 7-yard line.
Ready. Mike, 56 right there. H3, 218, chopper. Ready, go.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, look at a little more of a scat back type, and he's trying to make it happen.
Yeah, they went with the elusive, slippery guy. Couldn't get in there, though. And he's in! Touchdown, Raiders! A great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. Myers connects on the PAT, and they take the lead here at 7-6.
Raiders 7, Broncos 6.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken about the 12. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
Set up.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go.
Let's go, Heavy. Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy?
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And not a whole lot doing there, as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
18 Gators, 6'6", pull it high.
From the gun on 3rd down, Locke steps away to his left, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster, 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way, and the head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
A gain of 3, 2nd down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And some room to work. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. A great play there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Extra point up and through by Myers. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken about the 12. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
Here we go.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A give running right is Chubb. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Not much happening there on 1st down.
Thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
At the 40-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we remind you, coming up at the half. We'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to the end zone real fast.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
No gain on the play.
And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Down. 60 outlaw.
59, Mike the 59. You can't block me. You can't block me. You can't block me.
Hey, wahoo. Get it.
Now to the air, Rock. This one complete to the running back, Lindsey. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Shotgun snap to Locke. He can run for it, and he will. Now Locke, he lost the football. It's out. And the Raiders pick it up. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And the Raiders are in for 6. Touchdown.
Good work, boys. Let's go.
And that's a linebacker showing he can move pretty good with a football in his hand.
That's not just a short shuttle now. He took it and went a pretty good distance, didn't he? Did you get the 40 time on that?
I didn't, but he got 6 points out of it. I know that, and a great play for that defensive unit. Myers connects on the PAT, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This will be taken about the 12. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 29-yard line.
Here we go.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you get this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. They look to throw. It's Locke. It's Hill, complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 42. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
Ready, set.
Check. 59. Go. Go.
Let go.
On first down, Locke. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Now the Raiders going to burn their third and final timeout as they get it right at the 30-second mark of this first half. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Watch the screen. Snap.
Block now to throw. Escaping the pressure right. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone. He was trying to find Noah Fant, the tight end, and it's 3rd down.
Ready?
59, Mike. Check, 59. Hey, come on out here. Come get some.
Go.
Come on here. Come get some. He don't want it. Mike's 50.
Let's go.
On 3rd and long, it's locked. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off near the 26. Allen, the intended receiver.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well.
A gain of 11 on the play. First down, Raiders.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Jim.
From the gun, Love. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. They were looking for Johnson that time, and it's 2nd down.
He was covered by Stephon.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Let's get off the field. Go! Watch out.
And to give this time to the tailback. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And all the way down to the 17-yard line.
Let's go, boys.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
By 7, let's go. Yes.
955. Tackles.
Hey, check right. Watch it.
Throwing on first down. Love. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Here we go.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15.
That's how we do, D.
Scene 6.
55. Watch the curve. Mike 55. Hey, eat. They gonna need some
Exit.
Cut.
Looking to throw. Love. And he's going to go down again.
Now that's the way to start the second half. Back-to-back sacks. Whatever the halftime speech was, I hope they recorded it.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Operating from the gun. Love. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or two short, and it's 4th down. Here's the Raiders punter now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
Set up. 10 Lobo. 22 Jet Bomber. 22 Jet Bomber. Speed grip. Speed grip.
On 2nd and 9. Lock. They complete it to Hill. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-armed guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Now Chubb breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. If the ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 35-yard line. They run. Chubb. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
2nd and 12 at the Raiders' 37-yard line.
Set 18 Gator. Get that quarterback at all costs. Look at me, zipper. Get it.
On 2nd and 12, Lock. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off around the 27, and they will take over at the 26-yard line. Wow, between last week and this week, that's now 8 interceptions. 5 a week ago, now 3 here.
Well, he is so lucky that one of the defense coordinators I played for, a man named Ken Donahue, is not there right now. Because he saw that happen during his coaching career, and he grabbed the quarterback in the midst of a streak like this and said, tell you what, son, why don't you throw it to the defensive guys, and let's see if our receivers can intercept it.
Well, he's got to figure something out because the current formula is not working. And he'll give it here to his running back. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35. The good run on 1st down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
From the gun on 3rd down, Love. And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. It's a gain of 3, and it gets him the 1st.
And the Raider 1st down.
Let's go now, let's go now, let's go now. 60 out block. So we got man. Set, go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. 3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back now to Denver. It's the Raiders with the lead and the football here as we get ready to start quarter number 4.
Here we go. 60 orange. Yep. You're not ready.
Watch the safety creep.
Let up.
Now a handoff looking right. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 47-yard line.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down.
Check three.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. As we get late in this one, is altitude a factor for a visiting team in Denver? Is that something that's overplayed?
No, it's real, and I know a lot of the visiting teams like to downplay it because they don't want to get into the heads of their players, but you can't avoid it. As soon as you get to the locker room, you get to the stadium.
That's caught inside the 20, and all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. A big play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Extra point up and through by Myers. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Dexter Lawrence. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Throwing now is Locke. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
Back to the air on second down. It's Locke. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's third down.
I think this one offensively, this is one where you just say, let's move on. Let's not even watch the game tapes from this one.
Yeah, you might just want to throw it in the trash, act like it was never there in the first place.
Yeah, just say we're good. I actually have heard of a coach in the past who took his team out to the practice field and ceremonially buried the game films from the prior game when they got clobbered. That was his way of putting it behind them.
Right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
To throw on third down, Locke. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 36. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Slam, slam, slam. Ready, go.
Now they try the right side here. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line.
Let's go, boys.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Here we go. Set. 15 Lonnie, 15 Lonnie.
Check, 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 check. Check, check.
Hot.
Now a handoff looking right. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A 13-yard touchdown run. And the Raiders take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now, no question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Throwing on second down. Lock. Across the formation, he's got a man. That's Allen. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Block now on first down. Got a man open. It's Sutton.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Looking to throw again on second down. Lock. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
6 guys. Check 6 guys. General West. Get it.
Lock now on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Josh Allen in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Exactly what they were looking for. They've been giving up yardage. They've been letting them drive right downfield, but they got a sack right there. How about that for a little bit of revenge?
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Lock going to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Lock working out of the gun. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Now look at this, 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it.
Good track, good track.
Lock to throw for it on 4th. He's going to let it fly. And this is going to be incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Raider D, they get the football back. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Where's 52? Watch 50. 52's the mic. I'm here all day.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. So this one, a victory for the Oakland Raiders. And, you know, it wasn't a shutout. They did give up the points in the first quarter, but 2nd, 3rd, and 4th quarter, they held them scoreless.
Brandon, if you throw a shutout for quarters 2, 3, and 4, you can win a lot of games in this league.